What is the cost of the green card lottery? We usually say green card lottery is free, but there are two things which are different. Number one, there is application of the DV lottery, and number two, there is process after winning the DV lottery. The application of green card lottery by itself, the filling of the form itself is free of charge, 100% free of charge. You can pay someone to help to fill the form, yes. You can pay for the take the photo, yes. But that doesn't mean that it is for payment. The filling actual in the form, there is no any fee. The US government doesn't charge any amount of money for someone to fill that particular form. But once you win, it's not free. So what are the costs? How much money do you need to have to prepare yourself to finish the entire process as the diversity lottery winner? These are the following costs. I'm not going to include the cost like a passport, the cost about your transportation to go to get the birth certificate, or go to your school and get the transcript or the certificate. I'm not going to include those one. I assume you have all those one. Once you receive what we call the second notification letter, the letter for you to go to do the interview, you have 4 to 6 weeks to prepare to go to the interview. The first thing you'll be able to do is the medical examination. How much is the medical examination? You don't go to any medical doctor. There are some specific physicians who have contract with the US government in your country to do the medical. Whether you do in Ghana, whether you do in Cameroon, whether you do in Turkey, whether you do in Saudi Arabia, whether you do in Tanzania, the price or the fee is the same. The same fee is the same fee in the US too. The fee in most cases is about $400 to $450 for adult. But for the children, it can be to 200 to 300, depending on how many vaccines those people have and the record already. So in this situation, let's say it is 450. That will be the cost for medical, 450. Then what else? There is a visa fee. The visa fee is $330. The $330 doesn't matter whether the child is 1 day old, whether you are 50 years old. You are all going to pay the same amount. Remember, the medical you pay to the medical doctor the day you go there. The visa fee you pay by cash at the US Embassy in US dollar when you go to the US Embassy. And that is $330. It makes $780. Once you do the interview, they are going to give you the visa. Once you are given the visa, you have 6 months to travel. But once they give you the visa, they'll give you a piece of paper. The piece of paper has the link of the USCIS, United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. Those, what we call the green card fee, is the fee to go to print that actual card. The fee to print that actual card is $220. That is for a person who is a child, the person is older. It's just the cost of that fee. It's the cost of that card, I mean. So to print that card is $220. The good thing is, it's your choice to print that card, to ask to pay for that card before or to pay for that card later is up to you. That amount, it is going to cost you $1,000. You take 450 medical, you are going to add the 330, the what we call the visa fee and green card fee, the actual card printing fee, it makes 1,000 US dollar. Then it comes to the cost of passport. How much is the cost of flight ticket? So the transportation from your country to the US, it depends. Are you traveling from East Africa, from West Africa, from North Africa, from Southern Africa? Are you traveling from Asia, or are you traveling from Latin America? So depending to where you are from, most of the flights will be about 1,000 US dollar if you go one way. But some might be $200, some might be 300, some might be 500. If someone, let's say, is in Costa Rica, let's say is in Haiti or in another country, might be closer to the US. Someone is in Cuba, whatever it is. So it depends on where someone is traveling from. So, but let's say it is about 1,000. This will go to make a total of 2,000 US dollar. That will be the total of how much is going to cost you. So if this is going to be 2,000, then we are not going to include the money to start the life. The money to start the life will depend also on your host. What agreement do you have with your host? Are you going to pay your host? And if so, how much? Or are you going to stay there for free? Then how long are you going to stay there? Let's say your host is going to allow you to stay there for free for 2 months. So if he's going to stay for 2 months, then you are not going to start the job right away until you get the social security number. So usually I tell people, you need to have at least the money to start your life, whether you are single, whether you are married. So at least for most of the states, if you are not going to New York, you are not going to California, you are not going to Chicago, you are not going to Hawaii, at least you need to have at least 3,000 more. Meaning you can just go and get apartment right away for 2 more months in advance. So for that particular case, if you add 3,000 more, you are going to have 5,000. But just if you have up to arrival there and even 500, like 2,000 until you arrive in the US, then it can depend. Some people can come with 500, life can be able to start. 1,000, you can be able to start depending on your host, depending on how everything is going to start. So it depends on extra, depending on the host. You can be able to arrive and then you are going to get your own apartment. Yes, 3,000 will be able to start with. If you have the host is nice to allow to stay there for 3 months without paying anything, you can go with 1,000 extra in your pocket and you'll be able to start your life. Or you can have 3,000, you can be able to get your car right away and you can be able to start going to work without any particular problem as soon as possible. So those are some of the money you need to have to prepare and to start your life in the United States as the V lottery winner.